So I'm just going to do a tutorial today on creating the die-cut sticker outlines for various types of graphics. So the first one I have here is a raster image. I've then quickly drawn up a vector version of the raster image. I kept that one nice and simple. And then I've got two texts here, and I'm going to show you two different methods with that one. And so yeah, let's get started with the raster image. So I'm just going to select the image here. You can do that by just dragging over it, or you can come up to your layers and press the circle and that will select it, making sure that you're not selecting anything else on your workspace. Next, all I'm going to do is Command C, which is copy. I'm going to go up to layer 3 and I'm going to press Control C on a Windows, which I am now on, and then I'm just going to paste in place. Again, you can do this multiple ways. On a Mac, I believe it is Command Shift V, or Windows is Control Shift V, or undo. You can select right click and then you can go and paste in place. Quite simple, but I am going to select layer 3 and Control Shift V so that it is on its own separate layer. This is the one I'm going to work with. I'm just going to lock those ones for now. Okay. Working with layer 3, I'm going to go over to the properties panel window, whichever word you want to use for that, and I'm going to select image trace. Okay, so it's gone to the defaults there. I'm just going to bring up I'll bring it over here so you can see it a bit better. So this is the image trace window. If it's not in your sidebar, you can go window and then image trace. Okay, so have that selected. I'm just going to select logo. You can use silhouette, but I don't know, I find logo to work better for what I need. Mainly because I started using this method on the iPad and logo was the better option on the iPad. Anyway, I then switch it to black and white, and I'm going to set the threshold to, let's start with 254 because it's one down from the completely blacked out. Okay, I'm going to make sure I have selected ignore whites because I don't want a white background because I'll only have to delete that later. Let's have a look. So it wasn't the best copy of the image, so let's try 253. I'm just going to arrow down, see if I can go back up one. I'll just delete that little bit in the middle there once I've expanded it. So I'm going to leave the settings as is. It's good enough for what I want. And I'm just going to have a look. Do I want to smooth out anything? No, it's looking okay. Okay, and then I'll just put that back in my sidebar where it was. And then back onto the properties panel, I'm just going to select expand. And then of course we need to ungroup it so I can get to that little bit in the middle. So just press Alt and scroll on my mouse there. Delete. Okay, we're just going to select that one there, and all we need to do is offset. So I'm just going to use my keyboard shortcut that I've set up for that. If you don't have it, you can create one. Just go edit, keyboard shortcuts, and then you want menu, and you want off, set path, and put in your own there. Or yes, you can go to effects here, and then you can go path and then offset path. So many ways to do it. Okay, so I'm going to turn the image back on, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring that below before I go to my offset. You can do it after. I just want to see how much offset is 10. I prefer round for these types of things. And then let's see what 20 pixels looks like. See, I like that, and I can just fill that in if I wish to. So I'm just going to leave it at 20 pixels for this one. And then all I'm going to do is change this to a white. There we go. If you are printing your if you're going to be printing your sticker, just go ahead and add a stroke to it, whatever your requirements are there for the stroke weight. Now, obviously this was a raster image that I didn't quite clean up, so here's that junk there. You can just click on the image and edit in Photoshop if you've got it linked. And erase. And actually, I am going to switch to Astropad with the iPad, just because it's easier on my wrists to draw with a pencil than with the mouse. Just go full screen. Okay, workspace. I'm going to add a layer below and just fill that. Oh, lovely brown. And E. And then you can just zoom in and I'll just record the screen so you can see what that looks like when you're looking at the iPad screen itself. I'm still using a combination of the keyboard mouse for zooming in and out, which is great because with Astropad you can just switch between the different tools. So I'm using the iPad and Apple Pencil for the erasing, the mouse and Alt on the keyboard, and spacebar to move around the screen, and that just, I find that easier than trying to pinch and rotate with the iPad and Astropad together. Oops. But you know, I'm still fairly new to Astropad. I've only just found it and started using it. because previously I was using a Wacom, I don't care how you pronounce it. It was an Intuos, and I had it for about 16 years, I want to say. It traveled everywhere with me, multiple new cities, towns, even came with me and lived in Italy for a bit. So I definitely got my use out of that graphics tablet. But I am liking the fact that I can see on the iPad screen what I'm drawing, as opposed to having that disconnect between looking at the computer screen and the iPad. Anyway, I have gotten off topic, so you get the idea. You can just go ahead and clean things up in Photoshop, save it. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of that layer, save it, and then when you come back to Illustrator, you just update and those little things are gone. I missed a spot there, but anyway, again, getting off topic. If you are doing digital stickers, you probably don't need or want the stroke line. I will come back to that in a second and show you another thing that you can do for digital stickers. So bear with me, we will come back to that. Okay, so that's that one done. The next thing we're going to do is the vector. Okay, I've already gone ahead and copied it, but it's not in place, so I will select that one. Actually no, I'll just select this one because it's here. Okay, so we're just going to go copy, and I am going to create a new one, and again, Control Shift V, Command Shift V on a Mac, if that is what you're using. Okay, so if I turn this off, we've still got the one above it. We're going to be working on the one below it. Again, if you do put it on top, it really doesn't matter. You can rearrange the layers later on. Okay, and so all I'm going to do for this one with the vector outline is select all of the objects. Okay, I'm going to press on the Unite button on the Pathfinder. Let's see if I've got the window here. Yeah, I can drag that out. Okay, Pathfinder window. You can get to it in Properties, which is your quick actions right over here on the right, but if you prefer to have all the windows, this is the window, and it's Window and Pathfinder. And I'm just going to unite everything. Did I forget to do so? Oh no, I didn't turn that off. Never mind. I didn't turn that off. Okay. And something I think was locked when I... Oh, it's a stroke. Okay. Rewind until we're back to here. All right. So this one is the vector. Now what I'm going to do is, you might not be able to see it, but this is a stroke over here, and I want it to be expanded so that it will work for my needs. Should have done that before I started, but I didn't. So sidetracking here, we're going to go up to Object and expand Appearance. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is copy that and go to layer 4, Control Shift V. Alright, I can turn that one off, and we're just going to work on layer 4. And all we do for that one is go over to the Pathfinder. Now, if you prefer, you can have the Pathfinder window open. That is simply going to Windows Pathfinder. And we're just going to use this one here. Okay. And then I'm just going to release. There's some little bits here, and I'm just going to go ahead, and after I've done the release, I'm going to select that shape unite again, and that will just clear those. You can use the shape builder as well for that option. I'm just going to put that in the sidebar because I don't need it right now. Alright, and the next thing is of course the offset, so whether you use a keyboard shortcut, mine was Control Shift O is what I had it set to, or you can go over to your properties and select Effects, Path, Offset, again, whatever. Oops, I only want 20. That's what I did on the other one, although this one is scaled up, so I'll have a look and see whether I like that. Let's turn that one on. Yeah, it's fine. And then all I'm going to do is change that to white, of course. And again, you can put a stroke on it if you are going to actually be using the die cut line for printing purposes. But there you go. That's how you do the vector. Okay, so for this one here, we are going to expand this text. And this would be more for if you are finished completely with the design and you're sending it to the printers and you don't want to or aren't able to give them the font, and that way it prints out in the design that you actually choose to. So I'm just going to go select object and then again expand, press OK, and we're just going to go ahead and do the Pathfinder and unite everything so that it's all nice and clean there. And then again, all we need to do is offset. Okay, so let's see. That looks all right. With the offset, I'm just simply going to change that to white. And it is behind everything. And again, and send to back. I do find it interesting that it does that. So part of the graphic is in front and part of it is behind. I don't know why, but there you go. So that is how you would do it for printing font stickers. Now if you want to create digital stickers and you want to create a large variety using the variables method, so you want to keep it editable so you can change the words here, you can go to your appearance panel. Let me just bring that out so you can see it. Appearance panel, so have it selected. All we're going to do is press on fill. That's going to be the first layer, and then we're going to press fill again. Using the bottom fill, we're going to add the effect, which is path and offset path. And here we can do the 20. I had it on round, so it's my preference. And we just set this one also to white. And black. Just keep it black. Okay. And I just put that back where it was. Appearance. Alright, so now this is editable, so it's still font, as you can see. Owls. Let's keep it in the bird family. There you go. So you can now create multiple different stickers with fonts that you can then save as PNGs for GoodNotes and things like that. So owls, or have a good day. And then you can also still adjust everything as if it was normal text. Let's go 200 there, see if we can bring that up. Okay. So no longer editable, this is what it is. It is hummingbird, and you can't change that. This one you can change it to, you know, anything you want to create a digital sticker out of. So I'm going to use this one and this one here. So another thing you can do for digital stickers is just one additional step. So after you have, let me unlock, done your outline, you can either add a stroke, don't add a stroke, but a lot of people do like this feature, element, whatever you want to call it, to digital stickers is the good old-fashioned drop shadow. You do want to make sure that you've got the outline selected, not the image like me. So there is still a stroke on this one. Okay, so effects, and then we just go to stylize, drop shadow. And just makes it look like it's sitting above the page. It gives that separation on a white background. So you can have the stroke or leave the stroke off. That would be a design choice left up to you. As you can see now, without the stroke, you get that kind of lifted off the page look on the digital sticker, and then you simply export that as a PNG or whatever you're going for. And this is your editable text. You just do the same thing. So that is effects, or you can go to appearances. Let me bring the appearance panel back out. Okay, so you want on this fill layer, you want the effect to apply because you don't want it to apply to the black fill layer. The top layer, you want it on the bottom one. Stylize, drop shadow, select OK, and they have a little drop shadow. Alright, hopefully that helps you with die cut sticker lines or die cut lines for other products, and how you can create them in Adobe Illustrator. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye friends.